Hello everybody, my name is Ryan Kurczak. I'm the co-author of the Art and Science of Vedic Astrology book series, also the founder of the Asheville Vedic Astrology Apprenticeship program. And I've got some good news for those of you who've been wanting to take the Asheville Vedic Astrology Astrological Apprenticeship program. You're aware that for a while the apprenticeship program has been self-paced, which means that you have access to all of the material, but it was for your own self-study. Originally, the program was set up over a course of 4 years, and you were given homework, you were required to write papers, you had to do videos. There was a lot more evaluation going on. And we're bringing that back thanks to the hard work of one of our graduates, Fiona Marks, a wonderful astrologer and teacher. So what does this mean for you? This means that if you are interested in participating in the Asheville Vedic Astrology Apprenticeship program, now you can, and you can also receive, just like the original students, a certificate of completion. Now, as I mentioned, the original course itself was a 4-year course. Since the platform has been moved to Teachable, we were able to offer all of the classes that the original students got over the period of 2 years. What's the difference? Why is there a difference? The difference is this: when the program was founded, we would do 3 semesters a year, so 3 classes a year, about 6 to 8 to 9 weeks long for each of those. And then there was a space of a month or so, sometimes 2, in between each course to give students time to digest the material. Also, since students were required to write 2 papers for each course, it gave them some time to catch up on that. Now, with Teachable, you're able to participate in the program, and you receive a new class every week or every 8 days. And it continues, the content continues coming every 8 weeks until you get to the end of the material. One of the benefits of this is that you don't have to wait to continue on with your learning. And because of how Teachable is set up, that platform, there's quite a lot of bonus material included that the original astrological apprentices did not get. For example, after the Rashis and Signs class, you'll then have access to an Atmakarika course, the soul, planet, and relationship. These are bonus lessons. We have some bonus lessons related to planetary strengths, weaknesses, qualities. This is after or before the grahas and planets. The Myth and Magic course, one of my favorite courses that I've ever taught. The Myth and Magic of Astrology is also included in this, and quite a few more. There's even a module related to Gemini astrology, which, thanks to Ernst Wilhelm, we have permission to use, which you will gain access to within this course. So now, how is this different when it comes to the certificate aspect? Because there are the 2 options. Number one, you can sign up for the apprenticeship program, vedic-astrology.teachable.com, and you can simply receive the material, study it, apply it to your practice, do what you will with it. But if you want to participate in option 2, which is the certificate track, well then you will be required to write at least 2 papers per class. You will be required to do the homework. After you've completed all of the material, after the 2 years, you're going to have to do a practicum, much like the original students did, actually exactly like the original students did. And the Astrology Practicum requires that you, first of all, need to do 42 donation-based sessions. And you have to give feedback, record feedback of your experience in those sessions. And the people that you did the sessions for have to give feedback to you, and then your teacher will review those. So that's the first part. The second part is to complete the practicum, you will have to write 3 10,000-word papers on a topic of your choice, but approved by your teacher. And that's quite a lot of work. It's quite a lot of writing, actually. And the final requirement is that you will have to do 3 one-hour videos. So separately, 1 hour each, but 3 hours total. 1 hour videos on a topic of your choice, again, approved by your teacher, where you will demonstrate your ability to communicate clearly, demonstrate your ability to use video recording software, and to just show that you do have a capacity to share the information in an understandable way. And if you're interested in getting examples of those, you can go back through this YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ryan's Vedic Astrology, and you will see where I've posted videos of final students who are in their final portion of the training. I've posted their videos because they're very good videos, so it's a great learning experience for them. Now, all of this has to be done well in order for you to actually get the certificate. And the certificate, while it's approved by your teachers, it's signed by me. And once you're done, you're able to have your name listed on the Asheville Vedic Astrology website. And then in time, you're able to submit blog posts to AshevilleVedicAstrology.com, or even have your videos featured on this YouTube channel. But this is not an easy task. This is not an easy task. When I was doing this program before Teachable, every year, and I would start out with a new batch of students every year, we'd have about 60 students on average start at the beginning of the program. Now, as we got halfway through the program, we lost about half the students. And by the time we got to the final practicum, it was pretty consistent that from those 60 students, there were about 5 left. So the rate at which people made it to the end is not very high. And there's multiple reasons for that. Some people thought it was too hard. Some people had life situations come up and they couldn't continue. But if you do make it to the end, as you've heard me say before, and I'll say it again, those students who have made it to the end of the program, these are the people that I refer my Kriya Yoga students to. I refer my friends and my family to, because I know they have a solid foundation in astrology and they've done the hard work to communicate well, to know their limitations, and to be responsible and thoughtful with their astrological practice. And many of those students have been featured on this YouTube channel. So if you think you want to do this, please think hard about it. I think that even if you simply want to get the material to study it, that's going to be of great use to you. I wish more astrologers would study in the systematic format that I have this program set up as. But if you're thinking you want to go through to the certificate part, really take some time with it, because as I've said, 5 to 6 out of 60 students, those are the ones that actually make it that far. Because it is hard to write all those papers, to do all those quizzes, to do the practicum. And there is a level that's required to complete those. For example, you need to be able to punctuate things well, to write clearly, to spell things accurately. You essentially need to treat each paper as though it's like a college level paper. And I don't mean college these days where you can get away with all kinds of stuff. I mean the old days of college where you actually had to try. So that was another thing that tripped some people up, is they didn't know how to write, or they weren't able to communicate clearly. And that is a skill that is required to reach that certificate status. Because I want to know, once you get there, that you can go out in the world as an astrologer and you will be professional. You will be able to write, you will be able to speak clearly. Hopefully better than I can. Most of them can these days. So I'm really happy to have this opportunity to provide this school once more. And one of the benefits of doing all of this work, of writing all of those papers, of doing the videos, and many of the graduates have found this to be the case, is that by the time you get done with the program, you have a lot of your own content now that you can use for your website. You now know how to make YouTube videos. You now have seed videos to put on your own first YouTube channel. Heck, with your 3 10,000 word papers, that's 30,000 words by itself. That's the beginning of a book for you. So not only was this program arranged so that you learned astrology well, I wanted to set it up so that by the time you got done, you had material, you had what you needed to start presenting yourself to the world. So anyway, if you want to learn more about this, if you want to begin participating, please go to Vedic-astrology.teachable.com, and you can see the curriculum, which is extensive. You can sign up, you can figure out whether you want to do option 1, which is the self-paced option, or option 2, where you're actually working with teachers again to have your work assessed for the certificate path. And we have a great community of astrologers who have completed this. It's a small community, obviously. But for example, Fiona, she often leads Sunday sessions with graduates to discuss charts, to discuss work that they're doing, research that they're doing, or just to keep each other company in the astrological world. So have a look. Hope you'll take some time to consider it, and I look forward to seeing you in the astrological community.